Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Islam in South Korea is a testament to the country's changing cultural landscape and its interaction with global influences. From the early days of Arab traders plying the Silk Road to the modern resurgence of Islam during and after the Korean War, this history reveals a journey marked by adaptation, challenges, and resilience. As South Korea continues to grow as a global hub, the presence of Islam highlights the country's ability to embrace diversity while navigating the complexities of cultural and religious integration. This exploration invites us to reflect on how a minority faith thrives in a predominantly non-Islamic society and contributes to a richer and more inclusive South Korea. If you are ready, let's begin. Islam in South Korea is a fascinating story of cultural exchange, adaptation, and resilience. Its presence here has evolved over centuries, shaped by early interactions, a period of decline, and a remarkable resurgence in the modern era. The history of Islam in South Korea begins during the unified Silla period, around the 7th century, when Arab and Persian traders first reached the Korean peninsula via the maritime Silk Road. These traders brought more than goods. They brought knowledge, ideas, and culture. By the early 11th century, Muslim merchants like Hassan Raza visited the Goryeo kingdom in 1024 and 1025, establishing lasting trade relations. Some of these merchants chose to settle in Korea, forming small, vibrant Muslim communities. Evidence of their presence can still be seen in historical artifacts, such as figurines of royal guardians with distinctly Persian features. Under Mongol rule in the 13th century, the presence of Islam in Korea grew further. Central Asian Muslims, known locally as Sangmokin, or colored eye people, played an important role during this period. They brought with them advancements in Islamic culture, including astronomy, medicine, and architecture. Their contributions enriched Korean society in many ways. However, this flourishing relationship didn't last indefinitely. By the early Joseon dynasty in the late 14th century, Confucianism had become the dominant ideology in Korea. In 1427, during the reign of King Sejong, policies were enacted that marginalized Islam. Ceremonial halls used for Islamic worship were closed, and Muslims were required to conform to local customs, leading to the gradual assimilation of Muslim communities into broader Korean society. Islam's visible influence began to fade, leaving behind traces in historical records and cultural artifacts. Islam's modern resurgence in South Korea is tied closely to the Korean War of the 1950s. Turkish troops, who were part of the United Nations forces, played a crucial role in reintroducing Islam to the Korean peninsula. Their presence left a profound impact, and through their efforts a foundation was laid for the Islamic community in Korea. In 1967, the Korea Muslim Federation, or KMF, was established, serving as a unifying organization for Muslims in the country. One of the most significant milestones for Islam in modern South Korea came in 1976 with the construction of the Seoul Central Mosque in Itaewon. This was made possible through generous donations from Islamic countries and the South Korean government's provision of land. The mosque remains a cultural and religious landmark, not just for Muslims, but for all those interested in exploring the diversity of South Korea. Let's take a closer look at the Muslim population in South Korea today, a community that reflects both diversity and growth. Recent estimates suggest that South Korea is home to approximately 150,000 Muslims. This number includes both native Korean converts and a significant number of foreign nationals who have come to South Korea for various reasons, whether as migrant workers, students pursuing education, or professionals building their careers. Together, they form a vibrant and multicultural community. When it comes to the division between Sunni and Shia Muslims, South Korea, like most countries, is predominantly Sunni. While specific survey data for the country is limited, global trends offer a helpful context. Worldwide, Sunni Muslims make up the vast majority of the Islamic population, about 87 to 90%, while Shia Muslims account for 10 to 13%. Estimates suggest that the number of Shia Muslims in the country ranges between 3,000 and 4,000 individuals. Most of them are migrants from countries like Pakistan and India, with a smaller portion being Korean converts. It's important to recognize that these numbers are approximate and can fluctuate due to factors such as migration patterns and the growing number of conversions to Islam. Despite their relatively small numbers, Muslims in South Korea have established themselves as a vital part of the nation's social and cultural landscape. Their presence underscores the diversity of South Korea's modern population and highlights the global connections that enrich the country's society today. Now let's explore the daily lives of Muslims in South Korea and how they maintain their faith while integrating into the broader society. Despite being a minority, Muslims here actively engage in practices that align with their religion and contribute to their communities, creating a vibrant and interconnected presence. Daily prayers, or salah, form the cornerstone of a Muslim's faith, and this is no different in South Korea. Observant Muslims perform the 5 daily prayers, often gathering in mosques and designated prayer rooms to fulfill this essential practice. In Seoul, for example, the Seoul Central Mosque in Itaewon serves as a vital hub for worshippers. It's a space not only for prayer, but also for fostering a sense of community. Cities like Busan and Daegu also have mosques and prayer facilities that support the daily spiritual lives of Muslims. Dietary practices are another integral aspect of Muslim life. For Muslims in South Korea, adhering to halal dietary laws is essential. Thankfully, major urban centers like Seoul and Busan offer halal-certified restaurants and markets. The Korea Muslim Federation plays a significant role in this, providing halal certification to ensure that Muslims can enjoy meals that comply with their faith. Areas near mosques, especially in Seoul's Itaewon district, often feature a variety of halal dining options, making it a central point for Muslims and curious visitors alike. Beyond religious practices, community engagement is a key part of daily life. Muslims in South Korea actively participate in events, religious classes, and cultural exchanges organized by local Islamic centers. These activities create support networks and foster a sense of belonging, especially for those who may be far from their home countries. These gatherings also provide opportunities for non-Muslims to learn about Islam, encouraging cultural understanding and dialogue. Geographically, the Muslim population in South Korea is primarily concentrated in urban areas. Seoul, as the capital city, hosts the largest Muslim community. The Seoul Central Mosque, surrounded by what's known as Muslim Street, is a focal point for halal restaurants, shops, and cultural activity. Busan, South Korea's second-largest city, has a growing Muslim population supported by the Busan Al-Fatah Mosque and a variety of halal establishments. Smaller but active Muslim communities also exist in cities like Daegu and Daejeon, each with its own mosque and cultural centers, providing spaces for worship, education, and community building. Now let's delve into the challenges faced by the Muslim population in South Korea, a community striving to maintain their faith and identity while integrating into a society that has limited exposure to Islam. As a minority, Muslims in South Korea encounter several significant obstacles, many of which stem from a lack of understanding and awareness about their religion and way of life. One of the primary challenges is religious and cultural misunderstandings. Many South Koreans have had little to no exposure to Islam, which has led to misconceptions and stereotypes about the religion and its followers. This gap in understanding often results in social isolation for Muslims and makes practicing their faith openly a challenge. Without accurate knowledge, Muslims may find themselves misunderstood, further complicating their efforts to build connections within the broader society. Access to halal facilities is another critical challenge. While major cities like Seoul and Busan offer halal-certified restaurants and markets, Muslims living outside these urban hubs often struggle to find halal food and products. This limitation makes it difficult for them to adhere to their dietary laws, which are a vital aspect of their faith. Workplace challenges also play a significant role in the lives of Muslim professionals and employees in South Korea. Observing daily prayers, fasting during Ramadan, or even taking time for religious holidays can be difficult in environments where there is limited awareness or accommodation for these practices. Many workplaces are unprepared to address the needs of Muslim employees, which can lead to feelings of exclusion and frustration. The other challenge is related to Islamophobia, which we will discuss in a later chapter. Lastly, there are legal and policy gaps that exacerbate these difficulties. South Korea currently lacks comprehensive anti-discrimination laws that specifically protect religious minorities. This absence leaves Muslims vulnerable to biased treatment without any clear legal recourse. Whether in the workplace, in housing, or in public spaces, Muslims may face unequal treatment, and without robust legal frameworks, their struggles often go unaddressed. Addressing these challenges requires collective effort. Promoting cultural understanding is a critical first step. Educating South Koreans about Islam and fostering dialogue between communities can help break down misconceptions. Islamophobia in South Korea is an issue that has become more visible in recent years, with incidents and organized activities highlighting the challenges faced by the Muslim community. These events reveal a growing concern about prejudice and misunderstanding toward Islam in South Korean society. One of the most prominent examples of Islamophobia has been opposition to mosque construction. In Daegu, Muslim students from Kyungpook National University attempted to build a mosque to meet the needs of their community. However, they were met with significant resistance from local residents. Some protesters went as far as displaying pig heads and holding barbecues near the construction site, actions intended to offend and discourage the project. For Muslims, such acts are deeply disrespectful and underscore the lack of understanding and acceptance of their faith. Another notable example of Islamophobia occurred in 2018 with the arrival of Yemeni asylum seekers on Jeju Island. Their presence sparked widespread protests and online campaigns opposing their settlement. Much of the opposition was fueled by fears rooted in Islamophobic sentiments, with claims that these refugees might bring cultural and security issues to South Korea. The backlash highlighted the challenges Muslims face when seeking refuge in the country. Organized opposition to Islam is often led by specific groups and organizations. For instance, the Liberal Unification Party, a far-right evangelical political group, has been vocal in its anti-Islam stance. It has disseminated materials warning of perceived threats posed by Muslims, claiming they could transform South Korea into a terrorist state. Similarly, certain conservative evangelical groups have opposed mosque construction and the settlement of Muslim refugees, frequently citing concerns about national security and cultural differences. These groups play a significant role in shaping negative perceptions of Islam among some segments of the population. Despite these challenges, efforts to combat Islamophobia in South Korea are ongoing. Scholars have delved into the roots of this prejudice, analyzing its origins and the role of media and political rhetoric in shaping public opinion. Through academic research, they aim to foster a deeper understanding of Islam and counteract stereotypes. Legal and policy advocacy is another vital aspect of addressing Islamophobia. Human rights organizations have called for stronger anti-discrimination laws to protect religious minorities, including Muslims, from hate speech and discriminatory practices. These measures aim to provide a safer and more inclusive environment for all religious communities in South Korea. Ultimately, addressing Islamophobia requires a multifaceted approach that combines education, policy reform, and community engagement. By promoting inclusivity and respect for religious diversity, South Korea can take meaningful steps toward becoming a society where all faiths are embraced and valued. Through these efforts, the challenges faced by Muslims can be addressed, paving the way for a more harmonious future. Thank you for exploring the rich and complex story of Islam in South Korea with me today. I hope this video offered you valuable insights into the cultural exchanges, challenges, and vibrant communities shaping the Muslim experience in this country. If you found this content interesting or informative, please like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. To stay updated with more fascinating topics like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps this channel grow and reach more curious minds like yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.